I hate, I literally hate being a generator. Waiting forever when you have bills to pay. Insane. Okay, y'all, this is Brigitte, and I'm going to share with you something that I hear quite often, not just from generators, but from all human design types who have a bone to pick with their human design type. And I'm going to share a response from someone who lives a generator lifestyle that can actually speak to the experience a lot better than I can. Her name is Vicky. You've already met her. She did a recording for us a while back about people pleasing and what she'd learned and how her human design helped her. So let's get going. The full comment that was posted on my YouTube channel was in response to a video about tips for a generator, how to understand waiting, the strategy of waiting, how to understand it, and how to live it. And it's very basic. It's for people who've never really heard about human design and they're just getting to know it. But the comment was pretty visceral, and I thought I'd share it in my Facebook group, in a Facebook group, I should say, rather, that I'm an administrator of, called Human Design Portal, and I got some great responses back. So, without further ado, as I learned to speak properly, let me read you the full comment. And it was posted circa June 2025. If you're looking for it and it's not there, what can I say? So here we go. I literally hate being a generator, waiting forever when you have bills to pay. Insane. Taking jobs you don't want just because you need to survive while your own project is getting nowhere. Meeting only wrong people and wrong opportunities, and while rejecting them, you end up with nothing but frustration again. I can't understand how anyone who has to function in this society has the luxury to wait forever for things that seem to never happen and enjoy their life at the same time. Quote unquote. Close quote. That was me quoting from a generator who says she hates being a generator and is super frustrated, which is the theme of a generator, right? So, of course, I had a couple of things to say, but I am a projector. I know generators, I have watched them, I have coached them, but I don't live the generator life day to day. So I decided to open it up to some generators and whoever else had some insight to respond. And I got a great one from Vicky, as I said earlier. So without further ado, let me read you Vicky's response. Oh, before I do that, I just want to let you say that at this point, the post that I put in Human Design Portal, which is our Facebook group, has a 763 post reach and 59 comments so far. And the comments are thoughtful, insightful, and there, honestly, as a projector who is not a generator, I could not have commented in this way at all. I was really blown away and I learned a lot. So anyway, here we go. You are looking for, if you do go to the Human Design Portal, look for a comment by Vicky H. And she is a 3-5 generator. And yeah, here she goes. Ready? Vicky says in response to I hate being a generator, it's completely understandable that you are feeling frustrated. Human design, especially in the beginning, can feel like learning a new language, and some of the concepts can be quite counterintuitive to how we've been conditioned to operate. The 2-4 generator combination in particular has its own unique set of dynamics that can lead to confusion if not properly understood. It's a process of deconditioning, and that can bring up a lot. Let's talk about this wait to respond concept and what it might mean for you as a 2-4 generator, because I think there might be a common misunderstanding happening here. First off, as a generator, your strategy of waiting to respond is probably the most crucial piece of your design. It doesn't mean sitting around and doing nothing until an opportunity knocks on your door. That's a huge misconception and understandably frustrating. Instead, waiting to respond means Responding to life, not initiating it. This is key. Your energy is designed to be pulled by things, not to push for things. Think of it as a magnet. Life brings things to you, such as an email, a question, an invitation, an idea, a feeling in your gut about something you see or hear, and then you respond with your sacral energy. The or nuh-uh from your gut, Vicky, nuh-uh. The or nuh-uh from your gut, this is your sacral response. It's an energetic signal, often felt as an immediate pull towards something. She puts in brackets. Or a push away, nuh-uh in brackets. It's not a mental decision. If you have to think about it too much, it's probably not a yes from your sacral. Learning to trust this primal gut feeling is the journey. Being busy with your own thing until something comes to you. Generators are meant to be active. So while you're waiting to respond, you're not passive. You're doing what you love, pursuing your passions, working, creating, engaging with life. It's while you're doing your thing that opportunities will present themselves for your sacral to respond to. This is where a lot of the frustration comes from, as people think they have to stop living. Absolutely not! Exclamation mark. External cues are your invitation. Someone asks you a question. That's an invitation to respond. You see a job posting that sparks something in you. That's an invitation to respond by researching, applying, etc. Someone offers you a project. Invitation. Woo! Did someone offer you a project? That's an invitation. Even just walking down the street and seeing a flyer for an event that makes your gut say, that's a response. Now, let's layer in your 2-4 profile, because this adds some really interesting nuances. First up, the second line hermit. This part of you thrives on having your own space and being deeply engrossed in your own activities, studies, or creative pursuits. You have natural gifts and talents that often develop in solitude. The frustration might be coming from feeling like you have to be out there, initiating or seeking things, when your nature is to be in your cave, perfecting your craft, or simply enjoying your own company. Your gifts often get called out by others. The fourth line, opportunist, this is where your external social energy comes in. You need your network, your community, your friends, and your close connections. Fourth line people, this is a Brigitte aside. Vicky didn't write this. This is all me. Fourth line people need people. Find your way of doing that. Okay, back to quoting Vicky. Opportunities for you often come through your network. People you know will see your natural talents developed in your second line solitude and offer you opportunities that are correct for you to respond to. So how does this all fit together for you as a 2-4 generator? Imagine you're deep in your second line cave, working on a project you love, reading, or just enjoying your own space. You're not looking for anything. Then a friend reaches out, tickles your fourth line. Oh, that was me again, Brigitte. A friend reaches out because they saw that you were doing. Then a friend, let me read that again. This is why I want Vicky to do this, because she can read her own stuff better than I can. Anyway, again, a friend reaches out because they saw that what you were doing or heard about your skills, and they say, hey 2-4 generator, would you be open to helping me with this project or this idea that I have? This is the perfect scenario for you. Your sacral can then give an immediate or nuh-uh response. The frustration might be coming from trying to initiate, pushing yourself to make things happen, sending out resumes without a clear gut pull, or chasing opportunities that haven't presented themselves. Frustration could be coming from not trusting your sacral, overthinking your gut response, trying to rationalize them with your head, or dismissing them. The frustration could also come from feeling isolated as a second line without the fourth line connection. If you're too much in your cave and not connecting with your network, the opportunities that come through your fourth line might not be finding you. And finally, a source of frustration might be misinterpreting waiting as being passive, which we've clarified already is definitely not how generators wait. Sorry, Vicky, I can't help it. I keep paraphrasing your words. Vicky says, misinterpreting waiting as being passive, we've clarified that that is not the case. My advice for you right now, and only Vicky can do this, man, me as a projector, I could never write that sentence. My advice for you right now is focus on what truly lights you up and fills your own cup. Do more of that. This is how you generate the energy for life to respond to. Do you see why I love me some Vicky? Then Vicky says, pay close attention to your gut. Start small. When someone asks you to do something simple, notice the immediate body sensation. Aha! Leaning in, expansion, or nuh-uh, pulling back, contraction. Engage with your trusted network. Stay connected to your friends and community. Share what you're passionate about, what you're working on, even if it's just a hobby. Opportunities often arise from these organic connections. Give yourself grace. This is a process of unlearning years of conditioning. It's not about being perfect, but about experimenting and noticing what feels right for you. Journal about your experiences. What happened when you waited? What happened when you initiated? That's my favorite form of exercise anyway for generators. Oh, that was me again, Brigitte, sorry. Make a list. Go back. Reflect. What happened when I waited? What happened when I initiated? Okay, back to Vicky. Vicky says, it's a journey of self-discovery. And the more you lean into your unique design, the more flow and less resistance you'll experience. Keep experimenting and trust that your inner authority knows exactly what's right for you. I'm going to pause right there for a minute to shout out Vicky, who took the time to write all that out. I responded to her in our Human Design Portal group and said, thank you for that masterclass, because who better to explain the generator process than a fellow generator? And if you have the 2-4 profile, bonus, she was able to break that down in a very relatable way as well. So here's where it gets interesting. The person who originally posted that they hated their generator type responded to Vicky. And I really appreciate this too, because I'm going to read that out loud as well. And you can see if there's any questions that she asks or any thoughts that she has that you yourself might relate to. And you may even have comments for her. And, we'll see where this takes us. But as a projector, I am enjoying staying out of this. Ready? If you want to know who the name of the person who wrote this, and you'll have to join us in Human Design Portal, by the way. All right? Because she doesn't identify herself on the video about human design waiting to respond. Okay? All right, so here we go. By the way, I am going to be reading this response verbatim. Okay, so keep that in mind. And let's start the quotation of the response to Vicky's masterclass about generators right now. Ready? Here we go. Hi, Vicky. Thank you for taking your time to write such a long response. I'm the one who commented on that video. While I think I understand the most of what you wrote, I struggle to follow the recommendations for those reasons. Number 1, I feel exactly the same way as Colby described somewhere in this comment thread. Having to literally survive for such a long time left me depleted. I have a little energy. Joy left me long ago, and when I do things I like, I feel calm at best. Very rarely it is something more, or even then, the joy does not last. Number 2, I have literally no network at all, no community. Like one friend, kind of, but not really the friend I would need. No partner, no kids, no contact with my abusive family since 2018. This has been a great pain in my whole life, and after so many years, I finally understand why. I carry a lot of trauma from my childhood, which caused me to be weird for and around other people. As a well-trained people pleaser, I never thought of myself. I always put others as a priority, which only attracted the takers type of people into my life. I went through a lot of various therapies, but they only made me more aware of my own issues without a real shift in my life. Number 3, when I see a job offer and the gut answer is yes, and I reply to it, it never works out. Quote unquote, there is something better for you mindset does not work either, because there isn't. So my personal conclusion is that the inner light, magnetism, whatever I have, it is inherently broken. I have no clue how to fix it, but without it working properly, everything I do seems to be futile, because sooner or later I hit the dead end again. If I have no network, there won't be any opportunities. If I feel no joy, I am not magnetic. If I follow the yes and it doesn't work out, my hopes for better future life are crumbling. That's why I wrote what I wrote. On one hand, I have a lot of amazing talents and gifts, but if I can't use them for my own benefits and well-being, I can't help myself but feel resentment and exhaustion towards the personality, human design, cage I can't seem to escape no matter how I try. Unquote. FYI, in case you didn't know, Vicky is an elementary school teacher. She just has a way of expressing herself and writing in a way that I absolutely do not have, because I run off on tangents all day long. So Vicky so graciously has responded to the last portion that I just read for you. So here is Vicky's second response. Thanks so much for taking the time to come over to Facebook. Oh, let me inject a little Brigitte here. On the original comment thread that is under the video, Human Design Generators, waiting to respond, and tips about that I recorded, you'll find it on my YouTube channel, Human Design in Action. On the comment thread over there, I invited the person who posted this, the generator who posted this, I invited them to come here to Human Design Portal and engage in the conversation that was going on here. That's how we roll in Brigitte World, and I hope that you will invite your friends to come and join us and be part of the conversation. Anyway, back to Vicky, starting over her response. Thanks so much for taking the time to come over to Facebook. I really appreciate you sharing more about your experiences and feelings. It sounds like you've been through an incredible amount, and it's completely understandable that you're feeling depleted and frustrated. It's clear that you have a deep understanding of your own situation. The description of feeling depleted and experiencing calm at best with joy being fleeting resonates with many who have faced prolonged periods of survival and trauma. Like you have been stuck in fight or flight for way too long. It really does feel like being broken. When your system has been in survival mode, it conserves energy, and intense emotions like joy can be difficult to access. Your body and mind are trying to protect you. It's incredibly painful to feel isolated and to have experienced the kind of relationships you described, even more so for a line 4 profile. I'm a recovering people pleaser myself. The quote-unquote fawn response was something I excelled at, and for the most part it worked. As long as I kept those around me happy, I felt quote-unquote safe. But that kind of hypervigilance is utterly exhausting. 5 years ago, I completely burned out. While my experience isn't exactly comparable to yours, I mention it because I felt that profound despair, as though life just kept kicking me when I was already down and out. Questions like, why can't life give me a break already? Will it ever get better? How long does it have to take? And can I make it? Were constant. That year, I almost quit my job. All I could see were the flaws in the system and why I'd never be happy in that profession again. But I couldn't live in that space any longer, so I decided to take a year off instead. That's when I discovered quantum human design, and very slowly my healing journey began. As a line 3, throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks is my jam. I'm a little more resilient when things don't work out, and I've learned even from discouraging situations. Though they still had a triggering effect on me, I've learned from them. My year off taught me that regardless of my career, I was going to suffer because of how I was wired. I was going to be a people pleaser no matter where I was, and that meant ignoring my needs to serve someone else's. So, even though I didn't know how to follow my yes at the time, my no was a lot stronger. I started taking baby steps to follow my no because it was a big shock to my nervous system to do so. It's hard to say no when you feel like something bad will happen if you do. So I had to begin with the small things. What did I have to lose anyway? I was focusing on myself for once. Each time I said no, the next time became easier. Fast forward 5 years, including lots of therapy and spiritual exploration, and I'm in the same job, but my perspective has shifted. The first year or so was the hardest because I had no idea what to expect when it came to the shifts. I also have channel 360 in my incarnation cross, and for me, this energy tends to happen like a boom. It feels like a plateau of nothing happening until one day there's a sudden switch of momentum forward. The reason I'm sharing this isn't to say I can relate to your unique experience in suffering, because I haven't been through exactly what you have, but to offer you some hope during a dark time. It's my design saying, I've experienced this, here's how it worked out. Expect that it will take time, more time than you might want it to take, but you're already making shifts in the right direction. You're looking for answers and the light at the end of the tunnel. You still have some drive left in you yet. It's a testament to your resilience that you've sought therapy and gained so much self-awareness, even if it hasn't yet led to the shift you're looking for. This self-awareness, however, is a crucial first step, as it allows you to understand the patterns that have played out in your life. Your point about having no network is a big one. Opportunities often arise through connections, and it's frustrating when you don't have that support system. It's disheartening when you follow your intuition about a job offer and it doesn't work out. It's easy to then feel like the something better for you mindset is a platitude that doesn't apply. Repeated disappointments can absolutely erode hope and make you question your own guidance and worth. It makes perfect sense that your hopes for a better future feel like they're crumbling. What you're experiencing sounds less like something broken and more like something deeply wounded and in need of gentle, persistent care. Trauma and chronic stress can dim our light, not extinguish it. It's still there, just perhaps obscured. You've identified a crucial point. If I have no network, there won't be any opportunities. If I feel no joy, I am not magnetic. If I feel the yes and it does not work out, my hopes for a better future life are crumbling. These are valid observations based on your experiences. It's wonderful that you recognize your amazing talents and gifts. It's incredibly frustrating when you can't use them for your own benefit and well-being. And it's natural to feel resentment and exhaustion. This cage you feel trapped in is a powerful metaphor for how limiting these circumstances can be. While I can't offer quick fixes, I want to acknowledge the immense strength it takes to keep going, despite everything you're facing. Instead of focusing on fixing a broken light, perhaps you can think about nurturing the light that is still within you, however dim it may feel right now. Given your depletion, what are the tiniest, most gentle things you could do that bring even a fleeting moment of peace or calm? Not joy, just a whisper of quiet. This could be 5 minutes of quiet breathing, a warm cup of tea, or listening to a soothing piece of music. I used to find comfort in making sure I always had my favorite beverage, which is steeped tea, before work. It was my comfort drink. Building a network from scratch is daunting. Could you consider very low stakes, anonymous, or online communities focused on shared interests, not necessarily trauma or healing initially? Sometimes starting with a common hobby can feel less pressure than seeking deep. Instead of the outcome, can you find a small success in the act of applying itself? For instance, I completed an application today, regardless of the response you. This helps detach your self-worth from external outcomes. In what tiny ways can you exert agency in your life, even if it's just choosing what to eat for one meal or deciding what to watch? These small acts can build a sense of control. It's a long journey, and it sounds like you've been on it for a very long time. Please know that your feelings are valid and your desires for something more is a sign of your innate drive, not a brokenness. So, what feels like the very smallest step you might be willing to consider, even if it feels insignificant? Okay, end of Vicky's response. Another masterclass. So much there, so much love, so much kindness, and so much sharing of what I always say. Human design is not on the chart. All of it is not on the chart. Sometimes you have to jump off and talk about other things, which Vicky did. Now, I was thinking I would share a few of the other comments that people have made in the thread that's in the Human Design Portal Facebook group, but I'm not going to because I think this is quite enough. If you have any interest in seeing the response to Vicky, check back in the Human Design Portal group on the thread of this comment. And this comment was posted, June 8th, 2025. And you can follow along there. Now,